I feel like I work nonstop and there's never enough funds. And I make sure that everything that's necessary is, taken care of the best I can. I've worked multiple jobs after being at home 17 years with my children. There was times I wanted to go back to school, and there was always a reason not to. The job I currently have, the only way to move up is with a degree. And that's really just not an option right now because I have a 12-year-old and I work 7 days a week because I find part-time jobs when possible on the weekends, and I try to give her every available moment I have. My mom helps me out some. I don't like for my mother to be helping me because I feel like if anything, I should be helping her. She helps me with part of my lot rent here. Even working the part-time job, it's not enough to cover everything. Usually, groceries are the last things I worry about. I worry about my bills first. I have a book where I keep a log of everything that gets paid because I cut corners as much as I can. I hang my clothes out in the clothesline. My 12-year-old said to me one time, she says, "Mom, isn't that kind of old-fashioned?" And I'm like, well, it might be old-fashioned to you, but it saves a little bit of money. I'm single. I work 2 jobs. I'm struggling. I'm Alice.
ALICE is an acronym for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. They are folks who work hard, perhaps work more than one job, but still struggle to make the ends meet on a month-to-month basis. And so they make some choices that could sometimes affect their health or the health of their household or safety or security. Our local Rappahannock United Way found out about the ALICE report from a lot of their counterparts across the country who were utilizing this tool. We decided to embark upon the journey of creating an ALICE report for the state of Virginia. What we found through this report is that about 39% of the households in Virginia are ALICE. It equates to 1.2 million, and that's pretty startling for us. In our region alone, we find that about 29% of King George residents are ALICE households. And believe it or not, we actually have about 55% in the city of Fredericksburg. Sometimes households can become ALICE by one devastating blow, one illness, an injury, a loss of a family member, and therefore their income level changes and they are no longer able to make the ends meet, especially if they were, living tight around the edges to begin with.
I had 3 neck surgeries and my lower 3 discs are going bad in my back. I do have health insurance, but I was going to drop it to save the $40 every 2 weeks. And it was a good thing I didn't, or I'd even be more financially strapped. The deductible's very high, but the way I look at it is I can only pay what I can pay. It is what it is.
People like Alice have tough choices to make, as we've already seen, between whether to get health care for herself, whether it's about where she lives, getting assistance from family members. These tough choices are important and we need to take a look at them, and we need to find ways to help community members like this.
I don't have a choice but to keep going, and that's what keeps me going is because I don't have an option. If I want to be in a home, whether it's my choosing of where I want to be or not, I have to keep going.
These households, whether they're individual or full households, vary in race, ethnicity. They are suburban, they are rural. There are a number of different makeups for these households. So we feel like it's an issue that's now urgent. It's something that's important that we need to work on right away.
If there was an opportunity that Rappahannock United Way could help me change my situation, I would take them up on it, I would, and I'd work hard at it and prove that I could make a difference.
We invite you to join us today. Contact the Rappahannock United Way, and together we'll build a stronger and more vibrant community in this region.